Hey everyone, so usually on this channel I do racing video games, car stuff, as well as NBA 2K videos, but today I'm changing it up just a bit. So something that I used to play a lot of when I was younger was Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course this was just literally released today. So this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Egyptian Gods. These are the cards that if you ever played the game when you were a kid, you probably wanted. So these are decks that are built around them. And I thought, hey, I'm going to buy a box and I'm going to open them up. I'm going to play them up against my old cards and some of my new ones that I just got and see if they're any good. So let's get down and let's open them up. Okay, so here is at least one side of the box. We're going to turn it around so we can see the whole part of the box. This is the massive box that has essentially 4 decks of each, the Slifer as well as the Obelisk deck. So let's get into this. Let's open it up. Let's see what it is like. Let's see what's inside. And of course, have lots of fun. So let's open this guy up. My microphone has just quit on me, which is absolutely fantastic. And of course, let's get farther into this box. Let's open it up and let's see what it is really like. So here we have the Egyptian God box. It opens up just like this. And then it opens just like so. And of course, we're going to open up the Slifer deck first because that was, if I remember correctly, Yugi's God monster. So let's open up this guy. Let's see what it's like. Let's see what this box is like. And of course, have a lot of fun while doing so. So, what do we get inside? That is the question that a lot of people are asking. What is inside? Well, of course, you do get the God, the actual playing mat, and then on the back of the playing mat, you actually get the strategy on how you can draw out those monsters. So that's kind of a cool thing for them to always do with every single structure type deck. And then from there, of course, we have Slifer the Sky Dragon as our top monster. And we're going to be very careful doing this part. But we're going to open up these cards. Sometimes they put a special little thing that we can rip open, but apparently not this time. And we're going to open up the cards very carefully. Because even though this is just a structure deck, it's still not good to damage cards, so it's always good to have them in one piece. And of course, the back cards are usually nothing. And then, of course, you get the cards themselves. And of course, let's see what we get. So we get Slifer the Sky Dragon, and we'll put that guy to the side. We get Soul Crossing, Thunder Force Attack. Then we get Millennium Seeker. Millennium Seeker is quite interesting. So with Millennium Seeker, when you take 1,000 or more battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one monster on your opponent's graveyard, except a monster with a question mark attack. Your opponent can choose one monster from their deck, except a monster with question mark attack. If they choose not to, or if the targeted monster has higher attack than the chosen monster, special summon the target monster to your field, and if you do, shuffle the monster back into the deck. Otherwise, your opponent adds the chosen monster to the hand. You can only use each effect of Millennium Seeker once per turn. Ultimate Divine Beast, Tellus the Little Angel, Reactor Slime, Harpy's Feather Duster, that's the one everyone is really talking about. Breaker the Magical Warrior, Beast King Barbos, Nine-Tailed Fox, Phantom Sky Blaster, Card Guard, Calio Clawcrow, Electromagnetic Turtle, Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, Scapegoat. I'm not even going to try and attempt that name. The Wicked Warden. Same. They give you 3 of those, which is quite interesting. Duke Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord. Clock Wyvern. Tenny Spirit, Swords of Revealing Light. That's not a bad card. Everyone talks garbage about that card. I always think it's good because it will give you the ability to basically get something within 3 turns. Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, Enemy Controller, Pot of Avarice, March of the Monarchs, Supply Squad, Card Advance, The True Name, One-Time Passcode, Lair of Darkness, Draw of Fate, Mirror Force, Reckless Greed, Metal Reflect Slime, The Golden Apples, Back to the Front. So that is the Slifer deck. Now, time to open up the Obelisk deck. This is the deck that, of course, you would see with Kaiba, if I remember correctly. Of course, this is something that I used to play when I was a kid, and it's not something that I still do or watch, but I still have all the cards. And, of course, I've purchased cards just recently, even, a lot of them, mainly because some people play different board games and stuff, and how I think of this is not necessarily as a card game that I would go to a tournament with, but instead something where you can have a couple of decks, have a couple of friends over. If they don't know how to play or if they can't remember how to play, you explain the rules to them, and then at the end of the day, you'll basically have a card game with basically same idea as a board game. You guys can pick anyone can pick a deck and then have fun, or people can bring over their own decks if they have their own decks. So that's how I personally look at these things. I personally enjoy playing the game. So there's Obelisk. Obviously, we have Obelisk. That would be pretty bad if we didn't have Obelisk in a Egyptian card deck. Soul Crossing, Fist of Fate, Divine Evolution, Level Resist Wall, Angel 1, Mare, Harpy's Feather Duster, once again, Nimble Momonga, 3 of them, Bazoo the Soul Eater, Cyber Dragon, Hardened Arm Dragon, Super Nimble Mega Hamster, Evil Swarm, something or other, Photon Saber Tiger, there's 2 of them, Evil Swarm Salamander, which is interesting because, of course, that's a monster that's also in the Dino deck. Ra's Disciple, and there's actually 3 Ra's Disciple, which is really, really interesting because if you were to get 3 of these boxes each, like I got 4 each, but if you got 3 each, basically you would be able to set up Ra's Disciple in each one of the decks, which would be fantastic, really. Unmasked Dragon, Nimble Beaver, Condemned Witch, Gizmek Uka, Gizmook, something or other, Brain Control, Monster Reborn, Different Dimension Capsule, Pot of Avarice, Double Summon, Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Lance, Forbidden Dress, Supply Squad, Monarch, Stormforce, Call of the Haunted, Cloning, and Drowning Mirror Force. And then, of course, the extra cards that you never care about. So you're probably wondering, why did I get 4 boxes? Well, it ended up to be only like $3 more or $4 more to get an extra 2 boxes. But at the same point, I was going to buy 3 of each anyways. That kind of a deal to get an extra box. How I think of it is, if I was to hold on to one of those boxes for each one of those decks, hold on to it for 5 or 10 years, it's probably going to be worth at least $100, in my opinion. And that's probably where it's going to be, unless they make more of these in the future. So how I look at it is, for the extra $3, $4, $5, whatever it ended up being, for me, that's just a win-win, because I could easily flip those right away, or I can turn around 5, 10 years from now and sell them and still have the cards and probably make my money back. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.